How's it going?
All right, he's back.
I'm back again.
Back again. What's up, bro?
How are you?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good,
How you doing?
good, good.
All right.
Oh.
What happened?
People are mean. And I was at Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Came outside. Somebody was like,
Wait. They literally just put fingerprints all over it?
Yeah, there was smudges all over this
What
area
the
right
hell?
here, right? And then I kept looking. Boom, this whole thing was tore. It's not that big, but bad enough that I can't really have it.
Oh, yeah. So, what the hell? How'd they even do that?
Right? I figured how, because I remember I told you I tried to stick a pen through like a scrap piece and it's so strong, right?
Yeah.
They must have gouged it with their fingernails or something. And...
Yeah, when that happened, someone did it on purpose. Yeah. So there was fingerprints all over this, and then that happened there.
Yeah.
These people are
Rude.
wild.
Rude.
Vandals.
Right?
Okay, that's rude. And he's registered for a big show coming up.
Yeah, end of the month.
Yeah.
The first big one in Reno. It's called the New Show, NEU.
Yeah.
So
we got to redo his hood today.
Yeah.
Luckily, we still have enough material,
Yeah,
I believe. But this hood is quite complicated to do. So in case you have a show car, it's probably best if you learn how to wrap a car so that when someone messes it up, we can, or you could just redo it.
Right.
That's the nice thing about wrapping, is that if you got a nice candy paint job like this and someone goes and scratches up your stuff, it's gonna cost all kinds of materials, all kind of labor to fix it. But if you know how to do it yourself, you can just redo this hood. Now this hood is very complicated, so you gotta get your skills up. This thing is looking saucy. And I saw that recently you did a post with Rohana. They collab post with you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's ballin'.
Yeah, that was nice.
Hey,
because of the wheels and everything.
If you know anybody in there, Paradox needs a pair of Rohanas for his C8. You know what I mean? So, hey, Rohana, if you're watching, Paradox C8 would look great in your spectacular wheels. Yeah. Sponsor your boy. Look at these things.
Amazing. There's so many nice Rohana wheels that you can get. Oh, my God.
All right, we're going to pull it into the garage here, and then we'll get him set up. But since the last time he was here, when I did his car, he didn't have any of this stuff, right? So you had the carbon side, but you just put in this carbon lip.
The lip, right.
So that looks fantastic. And then his wing is right back here. So last time when we wrapped his car, the wing was off. So you guys can see this now. This thing is sick. What kind of wing is this?
Adro.
Adro?
Yeah, it's by Adro. I think it's the ATR2 or something, swan neck wing.
Damn.
They've got a new version that is actually even a little bit higher.
Okay.
And then they just released their wide body kit. And they have a new wing for that that's even bigger.
Oh, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Big as possible. I like my wings to come all the way out to here.
I think it does. I haven't seen it yet in person, but
I like the way this swoops up. That is sexy. God damn. All right, let's do this. So if you prepped it with the Triple S solution, look how easy that comes off. This is easier than vinyl. Oh yeah. This is nice. Okay, unlike vinyl, this is like actually coming together very nicely. The vinyl, you have to like heat it up in order to get it to peel off like this. So if you guys missed it, when we first did this one, I showed you how to do this hood in kind of like real time. So this whole video is going to be about how to do this hood in real time. Okay. So first what you're going to do is you're going to take this cover off. The cover is actually protecting the glossiness of it. So we spray the stuff on here to get rid of the static that you would get when you peel this off. If you don't put water on here, when you peel the cover off, it's gonna give you a whole bunch of static electricity, and it's gonna suck every dust particle in the air right on the surface of your wrap and under your wrap. So regardless of whether it's PPF or vinyl, you're gonna have to remove that thing with the water. Okay, and then now what we're gonna do, this hood is still a little hot, but the magic of color PPF is that you don't even need to heat this up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the center like this, right here, okay? And then we're just gonna make a center point right there, just like that, okay? So we're not gonna pull on it, we're just gonna relax it onto the surface. That side still has the backing on, that's on purpose. We don't wanna peel off what we're not gonna work on right away. And then here we're just gonna come around this. With the hood being still kind of hot because he drove all the way here from Reno, you just have to be a little patient with it. Because the hotter it is, the more sticky it becomes. Alright. Look at that. Alright. With vinyl, you would have to heat this up. But with PPF, you can literally just kind of glass it out here. Okay. So we're going to come around the corner here. On the super hood that's this big, you're gonna have problems once you get around to here because you gotta stretch it all the way. This is about a 2-inch stretch right here. With vinyl, if you're doing the hood without cutting the center part out, you gotta heat it. Starting from here, you just basically brush your heat gun and then you start pulling on it until it makes it to this corner. With PPF, you don't need to do all that. You can just literally pull on it and it will go. Look. Bam! Okay, we're almost there. One more. Look at that. And we made it. Okay. Super easy. Okay, once you get used to doing the color PPF, you're never going to go back. Look. I pretty much have the whole hood wrapped by now. I'm just gonna squeegee it out in a little bit here. And I'm gonna get all these wrinkles out. Okay. So if the wrinkles are bothering you, you just gonna give it a little bit of a shake like that to get it out. Okay. A little bit of a shake. Okay. And then look. This is pretty much all done. Here, you just kind of pull this down because you pull it back that way, and voila. Okay, it's a little bumpy right here because we put tape under here so I can cut this without damaging the carbon. Okay, so I'm going to outline where my little vent is there. And then we also put tape along the whole inside. That way, when we cut it, we can cut on the tape and not on the paint or the carbon. Okay, and just like that, you're all set up. Okay, and then, there's some wrinkles right there. We're gonna lift this up a little bit. Okay, get to the wrinkles, you just rub it out. And then the last piece, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slap on a wrap glove. Okay, and then you can just start where the recess area is right here. We're gonna just work it into the recess area first. Okay, give it some air. You gotta let room for the air to escape. And then look. Hold on. Okay, if you get air bubble traps, let's grab a squeegee. All right, we're gonna spray some Triple S on this bad boy right here. Okay, so this is gonna help my squeegee glide. Okay, so we got our squeegee. Now, this is easier to get on. Careful, you don't want to cinch it. Okay, this is getting all this air out right here. Okay. I just want to get it to this center little swoop in that the hood does. And you're just gonna squeeze along this body line here. Okay, that's the highest point. And then you let all the air come out the sides, just like this. And you're gonna wanna try to not touch the underside of where it's gonna contact the car as much as possible. If you touch the underside there, oils and potentially like skin fragments from your hand, it's gonna get under it. Then you're gonna cause yourself more problems. So I'm just lifting it up to where it's not gonna touch the car. And I'm releasing the air, okay? Now if you notice, I only did the top portion, and then the bottom portion here, we're gonna release the air this way. See these air bubbles build up here? Okay, the Triple S that I put on the surface before I started helps, and then when you get a big one trapped like that, you have to lift it up a little bit, okay? Let it relax. So you're not pulling on this, I'm just dropping it on the car. Okay. No pulling. You just let the material go where it wants to go. If you relax it against the edge, by the time you get there, it's not gonna lift back on you. Okay. Everyone online always goes, the wrap's bad. It's gonna lift. It's gonna peel. No, the wrap doesn't peel unless you messed it up. Okay, the wrap will only do what it wants to do. You gotta know that, and then you gotta adjust to it. Look at that. Okay, you're pretty much ready to cut now. Okay, just like that. So we're gonna go all the way around here, and then once I get to the cutting portion, you see where it's kind of rough right here? We're gonna cut where that roughness is because that's where my tape is sitting. Okay, you cut on top of the tape, make it straight as possible by locking your arm, and then you'll get a smooth cut all the way around. Oh, all right, we're going time lapse. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim along here, but we're gonna only cut on the tape. So when you do this, you wanna break a new blade. You want it extra sharp. Lock your elbow and your wrist, and you're gonna take this nice and slow. Okay, on the tape, just move your body. So when I'm cutting it, I'm locking my elbow and my wrist, and my body is directing where this cut goes. Okay, and I'm only gonna go for a little bit, like to here. Okay, that's pretty straight right there. All right, so over here, you're gonna get real comfortable. I'm gonna lean on the car, and I'm gonna put my blade right about there, and I'm just gonna move my body backwards. Okay, see how I can cut a straight line? Because my shoulder, my arm, my wrists are all locked. And I'm just sliding my whole body backwards on the car here. Okay, I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just pressing enough. I can feel it bite into the paper. And then look. Ah. So you gotta be careful. Sometimes you don't cut all the way through. If you pull that really hard, that's gonna rip your thing. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Okay? All the way around. You want to go and be a little slow around this curve, but just go about this much at a time and it'll be perfect. All right, look at that. All done. Hey. Nasty. Okay, look at it. There it is. Looking sexy once again without the damage. Okay, so if you learn how to rap by watching your boy Paradox, you can make it so that you don't have to worry about people vandalizing your car. Look at how nice that thing looks. God damn! This is the liquid metal red PPF. If you guys want this color, you know where to get it. ParadoxStyling.com. Check out the PPF section on the website. Woo! And the great thing about this material, incredibly durable. I mean, of course, when someone walks up to your car and just starts ripping at it, there's really nothing you can do about it. But on a normal, regular use, she's looking gorgeous. Yeah, it's got that candy kind of effect to it. Liquid metal. Looking sexy. A little dirty with the bugs, but he can wash that when he gets home. He's gonna get more bugs when he drives home to Reno anyway. So if you guys see this car in Reno, hit him up. Okay, we'll put his Instagram right down here so you guys can go check out his car. But if you see it in person, let us know how sexy this thing looks. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. What do you guys think? Should we do this color on the Vet? I don't know. It's so nice. All right, my man. Thank you again. Hell yeah. Hey, make sure you smack anybody that comes near you. All right, have a good one.